Hey guys, MaSsan here. So today, earlier, Blizzard did a reveal stream of Journey to Hungary where they revealed several cards and explained how they're going to be implemented. And they only revealed several cards, so there isn't much to think about. However, these cards I heard are insane in value. First card, Explorer Hungary. Replace your deck with a copies of Discover card, and Discover card is another card that costs 1 mana and let you discover any card that you kind of desire. It's interesting to note that it says it replace your deck, not your hand, so whatever you have at the starting hand or whenever you play it, it will be there. And cost of this card is actually 3 mana technically for even first cards, so it's pretty heavy. It's like Elise. It's like Elise, but not for Legends, just for any cards. And yet let you discover, actually, I talked about this, but average Legend is actually not that great. It's worse than the average rare epics or other cards that you might find. For control deck, if you can make the control deck happen, then this card might as well just work just like Elise. And Elise is rotating out and will be new Elise actually, so we don't know how new Elises will appear. We'll see about that. I think that you can do really exciting things with the auctioneer, but the problem with this card, I guess, is that your hand don't get replaced, so whatever you have is you still have to have remaining good cards. So I guess if you have a full of removals in your hand, you're playing Control Warrior, you just play a boom, Exploder on Hero, and you just replace whatever you don't have. The old school Control Warrior, not the first variation, but one with the, like the two brawls, I think might as well work out, just like the Elise one. The second card is Tortrollan Shellraiser, Taunt Death Rattle. Hey, Death Rattle Priest is gonna come back, yay! They give you a random friendly minion +1/+1, so you have to have another minion. As a 4-drop, it can be difficult, however, there are cool cards, they're really beefy cards the Priest already have. A Dragon Priest in particular have a really strong board until turn 4 or 5, and then they start losing control. So cards like this can be amazing, actually. 2/6 is not that desirable, but then it gives you another +1/+1 on the guy next to this guy. And it's a taunt, so he has to die first, kind of. So it's one of those cards that actually let you survive. It's not gonna clear the board, it's not gonna like demolish the board, it's not gonna give you like that board control you might want. But along with the new quest, this card actually can be really strong. I can see this. Leckery Sacrifice. Quest discards 6 cards. Now, with the conventional cards, discarding 6 cards would be quite difficult, since you only have a Soulfires and Doomguards and maybe things like, Succubus. The Succubus is not that great. But they're adding few new cards that let you discover, which I'm going to actually go over soon. And it's insanely strong. Although they only revealed the one card with the cards like the cards I'm going to go over, I think this card can be amazing. It let you have the discard luck as a strong, and discard luck is not going away for another year because there are discard to draw cards. You always start with a quest card, by the way, so you're gonna get to play this card first, and then discarding 6 cards doesn't seem that difficult if you just have an entire deck of discards. And if the discard cards that are coming out is as strong as the one that they revealed, it's gonna be hell of the deck. So reward the Nether Portal, and Nether Portal will let you summon 3/2 imps every turn. It's the 5 mana cost cards actually. You open a permanent portal that summons 3/2 imps, which will outvalue the portal itself in 3 turns. And the new discards cards it looks like they're gonna let you survive. The question I have is this deck fast enough to defeat Jade? Time to time, maybe. It has some insane, if they add a new insane discard cards, then yeah, they will have a very good chance against the Jade. But cards like this will always have a problem against Jade, because once Jade reaches 8/8, 10/10 for 1 extra mana, no control deck will be able to defeat Jade. Unless you have a new Priest Legends, like set your health to 40 and you get the 8/8 for really cheap, something like that. So this Lakari Felifant, I see the Taunt Veracry 3/8 for 4 mana, although you do discard 2 random cards, which is quite a bit of cost. But if you have a Multi-Source Imp, the 2 cards is basically meaningless, unless you discard the Doomguard. But then, if every card in your deck is very strong, and you draw with discard, it doesn't matter what you discard. 4 mana 3/8, amazing. 5 mana 4/7 charge, amazing. So as long as you don't discard those key cards, I mean, I'm sure they're not gonna just let you have an entire deck with a full of discards, all very, very OP whenever you play it, and you get to, you know, a draw whenever you discard. That'll be too OP, I think. But cards like this isn't crazy. I can't. I will. Oof. 3/8/4/4 mana. This, and it has a ton, so it actually might not value the 4 mana 7/7 that shamans have. We'll see. Silver Golem is also a good addition to this deck. That's gonna be free 3/3, so insane value. Potentially this card will let you have 3/3 3/3 3/8/4/4 mana. And how do you deal with that? Jade Druid will not survive. Ooh, I'm afraid for this new type of decks. Also, I'm excited because that means we're gonna see pretty solid, very strong mid-range cards coming out. But I'm also a little afraid they're adding more RNG by adding cards like this, because depends on what you discard. Your deck strength primarily depends on what cards you discard, because I'm sure they're not gonna add the 30 cards like this. The next card is Arcanologist. A battle cry, draw a secret from your deck. It's 2 mana 2/3. It's a very strong card for 2-drop, but it's not so overpowering so early on, because the drawing card is it's basically draw card 2 mana 2/3. The 2 mana 2/3 is already strong enough, but drawing on top of that usually is a 1 extra cost, but then it also let you draw the specific cards you want, so it's better than that. So basically this card is 1 mana 2/3, which is insane in value once again. Huge card, very strong. I'm excited to see this card, but then we don't know how many secrets we're gonna get. We don't know what kind of new secrets, what kind of new secret synerging cards the mage is going to get. Looks like the mage is gonna get some secrets. The next card is Elise the Trailblazer. I love the name, by the way. Let's burn everything behind and explore a new way. That's how Americans did it to Indians. Sad face. The battle cry, shuffle a sealed Unguru pack into your deck. Now, I'm not particularly excited for this card because the card itself doesn't really add any value. The random cards from Unguru pack is not that amazing, unless, of course, the legend card that you get. Or I heard that most of the time you'll get legend and minimum 1 epic. But the average legends epic, especially with the 135 new cards that are gonna add, usually a third of cards is bad enough that you don't want to play it. A third of cards is conditional cards, and third cards are good. So 5 cards will let you give, let's say, 2 good cards, 2 conditional cards, and 1 bad card, or at worst possible scenario, 5 bad cards that you don't want to play ever per mana cost. But with the new cards coming out, I don't know if this card will be strong enough. If there are decks will be strong enough or fast enough that you want more value just for the sake. The next card we're gonna go over is the Golaka Crawler Bedcrank. Destroy a pirate and gain 2 +1/+1 is a 2/3 beast for 2 mana. Card itself is not that exciting. I wish there was a card like this in this expansion set, so it actually kills those really strong pirate warrior, pirate shamans that were apparent everywhere. The next card is a Tar Creeper. Now I'm excited to talk about this card. This card is 3 mana, taunt, 1/5, has +2 attack during your opponent's turn. So this card is designed to play against aggro decks. It kills aggro decks. It's a really good control card, but then against control deck, it's not that great. So you don't want to play this card in control meta, but you want to play this card in aggro meta. However, I'm not so sure if the new card set, or if new card set's gonna come out, is gonna include a lot of aggro cards. The aggro decks are pretty strong right now, but will it be after expansion? I think just the new cards are going to take over with the value like what we've seen so far. But those cards might be the strongest cards in the set, so we don't know for sure yet. Or maybe they'll just add another cards like Patch and Small-Time Buccaneer, then the aggro deck is going to be strong again. Dino-Science, 8 mana Paladin card. The 10 set of minions attack and health to 10. Basically, it makes 8 mana 10/10. But you already have a plated card, so I think it's more like the 10 mana 10/10, since you might want to play it on those weaker minions. It's like the Blessing of Kings, but it's worse, I feel, per mana cost, because chances are that your minions that you played on is not going to be 1/1, so it's not +9/+9. The odds are that it's less for more mana. So I don't particularly like it, but It's a fun card. The Downside, it's a really huge card that you might get insane value off it if there are no infinite removals. So I'm really excited to talk about the next two cards. There's two legends. One is a Sherazin, I don't know how to pronounce his name. 4 mana, 5/3 Death Rattle your dormant, play 4 cards in return to revive this minion. Now, this card is interesting because the Rook can pretty much play 4 cards in your turn anytime they want. But 4 mana 5/3 is not that particularly interesting. It's just to give you extra power for mid-range decks. A Miracle Rogue might become a thing again once again. Is it too strong for the value if you look at it? Yes, but the rogues can't really play these 4 cards in a turn more than once. They can do it like twice, but likely once. So basically this card is the 4 mana 5/3 that revives in future turns twice or once in the future. But with a card value like I'm seeing right now, this card, it's a very strong card. I like it. But first of all, what are the odds of you drawing this card? And second of all, is the value of the existing cards. Well, this card obviously outvalues all existing cards, but will it outvalue the new cards that are coming out? We don't know. This card is really strong. It's gonna overpower everything and anything you see in current meta, obviously, and it will be played in every single rook if it came out right now. But it's not, and we've seen few cards that have insane value. So we'll see about what other cards they reveal. The next card is the Swamp King Dread. After opponent plays a minion, attack it. It's a 7-minute 9/9. Once again, huge insane value. What the hell, man? 9/9 for 7 mana. People talk about 8 mana 8/8 or 9 mana 8/8 not being strong enough, but people would play 7 mana 9/9 if it has a charge, and it has like semi-charge because it has a charge on your opponent's turn, kind of, if you think about it, because your opponent don't want to play any cards unless it's a Sylvanus, but then Sylvanus is going away. By the way, that's why this card is one of the reasons Sylvanus has gone to the Hall of Fame, I think. And you can attack again next turn. Oh, I just realized. So if your opponent also have a Death Rattle that summons a thing, this card will kill everything. Every Death Rattle will just go away. Darn. Now, one thing I'm not sure is will the Dinosaur attack when Droxus is summoned? Technically it should. But then is this Droxus gonna be 6 health on your hero? That I don't know, because there's no... Yeah, I don't know how that interacts, because if you play a destroy... whenever your opponent plays a minion, destroy it. If you have that effect and Droxus is played, you automatically lose, right? At least it was the case. But I don't know how it works with the cards like this. But it should attack, so that's interesting also. So yeah, that was a review, and these cards are insane in value. Holy crap, I didn't think these cards will be this good. These cards will wreck any... It will blow any cards in mana off the chart right now if implemented right away. But we don't know other cards yet. We don't know how mana is gonna flow, because if mana becomes too slow, then there's still Jade. Jade's gonna just outvalue every single one of these cards. Still, if Jade's decks can survive for long enough, if there's strong enough mid-range cards. So with that in mind, let me know what you guys think about these cards and how good these cards will be. Will they be as good as what I think they are right now? Do let me know, and like the comment. Wait. And like the video if you haven't liked it already. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Stay beautiful. MaSsan out.